AEW just had something they haven't had in quite a while, and that is a big-time major debut as Tommaso Ciampa made his debut for All Elite Wrestling, going toe-to-toe and facing off with Mark Briscoe, inserting himself in the TNT title picture, and doing so with a pomp and circumstance that we have not seen in quite a while. AEW is no stranger to having major stars debut for the company. That used to be a major calling card for the organization, but in the past couple of years, AEW has taken an approach that is less so about signing the biggest free agents in pro wrestling and more so about building the more underground, unseen talent up to be their homegrown acts of the future. And it's a strategy that has paid off, but in the moments where you can get some really good talent, I think you should. And for me, Tommaso Ciampa and Andrade are two big examples of why this works. And in this video, I'm going to focus on Tommaso Ciampa, why his debut in AEW is so meaningful, and most of all, why I believe he won't simply be a good hand out there. No. I think Tommaso Ciampa genuinely has the potential to be one of AEW's best characters. Why? I'm gonna tell you right here in this video. I'm Big Ohm for Real Take Wrestling. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Let's dive right in. As I said before, Tommaso Ciampa's debut came as a surprise to many AEW fans. No one really expected him to walk directly out of WWE right into AEW. Now, of course, his contract with WWE did expire in January, and he had this big post on Twitter that he put out that, was essentially a love letter to WWE and his time there, but it looks like his time had passed. And if you look at Tommaso Ciampa's history in WWE, it started off with him and Johnny Gargano kind of just being good hands that were really extra parts of the big NXT machine, but out of nowhere, they turned into the heart and soul of the entire platform, the heart and soul of the underground wrestling scene, and really the heart and soul of one of WWE's best stories. And this is where I'm going to shock some people. I think as a storyteller, as a simple storyteller, you cannot get much better than Tommaso Ciampa. If you look at the two best stories in WWE over the past 10 years, the two that I directly go to are the rise of Sami Zayn in the Bloodline and Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. A rivalry built around brothers bound by blood who then spilled that very same blood all across a pro wrestling ring. And the way they were able to tell that story, the way they were able to shock you with Tommaso Ciampa's turn on Johnny Gargano, the way they were able to have Tommaso Ciampa go away for a while with an injury, come back and have that feud be as hot as it ever was, is nothing short of a testament to the performers themselves. When Tommaso Ciampa stated his hatred for Johnny Gargano, you felt it. When Tommaso Ciampa came out with no entrance music whatsoever and still got some of the biggest heel reactions we've seen out of a WWE wrestler over the past 10 years, you watched in awe. And when Tommaso Ciampa hit his kill shots in those crucial moments against his enemies, it felt real. If anything else, the one thing you can say about Tommaso Ciampa is he makes pro wrestling feel real. And in a company like AEW, where that is more valuable than anything, where that is the very cornerstone of what that company was built on, feeling real, feeling more authentic, coming across less so as a circus act and more so as a sport, an art, a drama that you can tune in, week out, and still be ready to see more. That is where I think he fits in perfectly. And Tommaso Ciampa even agreed in his first interview following his debut with AEW he did with Sports Illustrated. He said, If I wrestled in the 1990s, I'd want to be a part of ECW. Early 2000s, you want to be a part of Ring of Honor. I was lucky I got to do that for a little bit. In the 2010s, I think, for me at least, I wanted to be part of NXT Black and Gold. And when I look at the landscape of professional wrestling in the 2020s, the answer was AEW, man. That's what I want to be a part of. And for Tommaso Ciampa, I think if you look at the way they presented him, they seem to have plans. Not many wrestlers in AEW upon their debut simply get pyro to the degree that Ciampa got. Not many wrestlers get the long-winded, elaborate entrance that Tommaso Ciampa got. Not many wrestlers get the ability to say they are immediately inserted into a title program right off the bat, and he got that. It is because of what he brings to the table, not only as a great professional wrestler, but as a storyteller, as someone who is able to tug at your heartstrings, rip that same heart out, put that heart back in, and make you love him again. That is what AEW is getting out of Tommaso Ciampa, and I very well believe that if Johnny Gargano's contract comes around, we are in store for something very special, because either we get a true conclusion to that storied rivalry or a reunion that should have happened on a major way on WWE TV that did not pan out. But you look at some of the people he could wrestle, you look at some of the things he could do, I very well could see Tommaso Ciampa being a big-time championship heel. That is where he is at his best. He's a great wrestler, but when he's able to be that angry, visceral, just evil, maniacal human being, that's when I think he's able to do some of his best emotional storytelling work. That's what I would have him do. Have him go up against a guy like Hangman Adam Page. Have him go up against a beloved hero, some of your young heroes like Will Ospreay when he's back. Like, those feuds alone would feel real and legitimate and earned. And in a company like AEW that is quite frankly looking for big time heels to be at the top of the card, I very well do think you can build up Tommaso Ciampa to be that. But in the end, I guess we'll see. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Tommaso Ciampa joining AEW? Are you excited? Who would you like to see him face? Let me know down below in the comment section. Also, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month to support the channel. And until next time, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.